Commentaries on Hebrew and Christian Mythology by Judge Parrish B. Ladd of the San Francisco Bar. I believe that this guy is an atheist and doesn't believe in the scriptures at all, but that's all right. Copyrighted 1896. So let's go. I'm going over to page 198. All right. There's going to be a little bit of reading here. All right. I'm going to start here. In the time of the first crusading spirit, this is referring to the Crusades, in the cities of Treves, Metz, Mainz, Worms, Spires, Strasbourg, and other smaller places, the streets were deluged with the blood of the Jews and other unbelievers at the hands of these pious warriors. So the Crusaders was against the Jews and anybody else that did not believe in the Catholic Church. The Jews were expelled from Vienna in 1196. These are meaning the practicing Jews, those black Jews that kept the commandments, were expelled from Vienna in 1196, from Mecklenburg in 1225, from Breslau in 1226, from Brandenburg in 1243, from Frankfurt in 1241, from Munich in 1285, from Nuremberg in 1380, from Prague in 1391, and from Ratisbon in 1476. From 1346 to 1350, the Jews were murdered by thousands until the race in Germany became nearly extinct. In Switzerland, the Christians commenced to persecute the Jews about the middle of the 14th century, and in the 15th, they were expelled from the principal cities in that country. I'm jumping now to the highlight. When the Moors invaded Spain, the Jews lent a helping hand. They looked, because the Jews and the Moors looked the same. You had Jews that were Moors, which were Muslims, and you had Moors that were Jews. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. And I've showed you in other classes where they looked and dressed very similar. You could not tell them apart. When the Moors invaded Spain, this is around 711 AD, the Jews lent a helping hand. So glad were they to escape Christian tortures. They were made equals wherever the Moors held sway. Okay, let's jump down. Watch this. I'll start here. In 1391 and 92, in 5 provinces held by the followers of Christ, untold numbers of Jews were murdered and their property was confiscated to the church. Escape, says one historian, was possible only through flight to Africa. So what do y'all think these Jews were? You think that these Jews being murdered that had to escape to Africa, you think these were Caucasians? No, they were not. These were black men, black women. It said, or by accepting baptism at the point of the sword. Let's go to page 199. All right, I'm here. In speaking of this affair, one writer says the fate of the Jews in Spain during the 15th century, that's the 1400s. The 15th century refers to the 1400s. Beggars description. He further says persecutions, violent conversions, massacre, the torture of the Inquisition. We read of nothing else. At length, the hour of final horror came when in 1492, this is the same year Columbus discovered America, allegedly, or the Caribbean, when in 1492 an edict was issued from those pious rulers, Ferdinand and Isabella, that's King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain, by which the Jews were given 4 months within which to leave the country empty-handed, to accept baptism, or to suffer death. Let's jump down. These pious men ordered their victims to be burned to death. This the Jews well knew to be the fate of those who failed to leave their homes and country or become Christians. All right, page 200. I'm just jumping down. Some 80,000 bought of the Christian sovereign of Portugal a stopover privilege until they could earn money enough to go on. So they went from Spain to Portugal. Okay, 80,000 of them. Watch this. After the lapse of the time for their exit, many lingered, being unable to get away. King Emmanuel, in the tenderness of his Christian heart, sold into slavery many of the more common Jews. So who do you think these Jews were that were sold into slavery? These were black men, black women. Sold into slavery many of the more common Jews, and by an edict he ordered all the children under 14 years of age of the better class to be taken from their parents and turned over to the Christian brothers to be brought up in the true faith. So they took the black children of the Jews and made them slaves to their Christian brothers. Wow. I'm going to show you that in a minute. This piece of refined cruelty drove many of the mothers to destroy their offspring rather than let them fall into the hands of their persecutors. Their persecutors were Christian brothers. This piece of refined cruelty drove many of the mothers to destroy their offspring rather than let them fall into the hands of their persecutors. Those who accepted forced baptism, but who for the most part secretly adhered to their old faith of keeping the commandments, were constantly on the rack of torture. Then they get into the filth of Luther and Calvin. That's for another lesson. But I want to show you on this lesson also how these Christian brothers, they sold into slavery many of the more common Jews, and by an edict he ordered all the children under 14 years of age of the better class to be taken from their parents and turned over to the Christian brothers. They did this not only in Portugal and Spain, they did it in Denmark, Italy. I'm going to show you the pictures. I've showed y'all before, but it's such a good thing. I'm going to show you this history needs to come out. All right. Y'all remember this book, Image of the Black in Western Art, edited by David Byman. This guy, he ain't right in the head. And Henry Louis Gates Jr., I think this brother's asleep when this demon David Byman was orchestrating and writing this book. Let's go on inside here. All right. Here's one of the young men, Christian slave. They made our sons and daughters Christian slaves. Look, there's a young man right there. Christian slave. Look, they made our sons Christian slaves. Christian slave. Christian slave. Look, Christian slave. Christian slave. Christian slave. Gotta put her damn jewelry on. The hell is this? Christian slave. Here we gotta put that damn jewelry on again. The hell is this? Christian slave. Oh. Well, you need to bust upside the head with the mirror. Christian slave. Here's another one. Christian slave. When they took our children. Christian slave. You talking about racial reconciliation. What the hell is wrong with you? Christian slave. Christian slave. Christian slave. Christian slave. And they gave us forced baptism. They forced our children to be Christians, following the white Christ, white supremacy. Christian slave. Christian slave. Christian slave. Christian slave. The Critical Review or Annals of Literature by Society of Gentlemen. This is published in 1783. On page 141, just to prove a point regarding the Portuguese. Where am I going? Oh, right here. I'm going to start here. King John II in 1492 expelled all the Jews to the island of St. Thomas, that's in the west coast of Africa, which had been discovered in 1471, and to other Portuguese settlements on the continent of Africa. Okay, let's read on. And from these banished Jews, the black Portuguese, as they are called, and the Jews in Loango, that's in Africa, who are despised even by the very Negroes are descended, meaning the Negroes in Africa are descended from the very Jews that they despised, and the black Portuguese Jews. So my point for going here was that the banished Jews were the black Portuguese. The Negroes and the Jews. Lenora E. Burson. Page 212. The land of Israel is located in Western Asia and borders on North Africa. All of the native inhabitants of that region were non-white. When Spain expelled its Jews in 1492, many of them went to Africa. It seems probable that some of them were brought later to America as slaves. The spirituals never sing of African rivers. It's always the Jordan or the Red Sea. They don't sing about African chiefs or kings. It's David or Moses or some other Jewish character from the Bible.